everyone, welcome back, y'all. We are back to redo August's budget. Since we have paid off our debt, it has drastically changed our numbers. A couple of exciting things I also want to talk to you about as well as we move through this budget, because there's some changes going to be made to my YouTube channel here. So with that being said, we still have our monthly income at $4,671. Now, remember, y'all, I only get paid once a month. This is my pension. I take the largest hit at the very beginning of every single month because that's when all of my bills come out and I just auto draft everything out. Then I split the rest of the money into weeks number 2, 3, and 4. So I take whatever's left over. I usually divide that by 3, and that gives me what I have left to spend for the next 3 weeks. That way I'm not left empty-handed. On this month, I believe, don't quote me, but I heard in another video that this is possibly a 5-week month. So if that is the case, then some of these days are going to stretch out a little bit more, and I will divide that extra week into extra days. Instead of doing like a 7-day, I could do like a 9-day budget and things of that nature, because I don't want to be left empty-handed for week number 5, if that's the case with this month. I will have to go back and check it. But I just heard another YouTuber say that this is 5 weeks. But do know that I don't get any magic months in my months because mine is a pension and things of that nature. So, yes, drastic changes have been made. And by paying off debt, y'all, it freed up so much money. So much money. So, let's go back over some of my balances now. My rent is still going to be at $750. My electric kind of scared me a little bit. I was pushing for a $400 month electric bill, and it wasn't $400, y'all. I was shocked at only $315. Now, you have to remember, I live in Missouri. It's been in the triple digits quite a few times. My house is not well insulated. I live in a 1953 house that has never, ever, ever been upgraded, and the insulation is crap, y'all. Like, in the summertime, when it's 80 outside, it's 100 in my house. In the wintertime, when it's 40 outside, it's 20 in my house. I mean, it's just crazy. We have been running the air nonstop. Yesterday, we had a situation, I should say Sunday night, actually, at 9 o'clock at night. Massive thunderstorm that lasted 8 minutes, like literally 8 minutes. Within the first 2 minutes, I believe it was one of our transformers down and around the corner got hit by lightning and knocked us out. We were out of power for 13 and a half hours. My house inside was over 90 degrees and it was only 74 degrees outside at night. So understand that our electric is running and we had a miserable Sunday night into Monday morning. The electric didn't come back on until after 10:30 in the morning, and I was very upset because the electric company won't answer their phones, and that is protocol for them. And it just makes me mad. I cannot wait to get out of here and move to Oklahoma. I promise you that. But with that being said, our bill only came in at $315. And y'all, this summer, my air conditioner runs between 74 and 77, and it makes my house feel like it's 65. I'm not even joking. We have winter blankets on our bed still. My dogs do wear clothes from time to time. If they get a little chilly, I'll warm them up with clothing. I may even turn up the air to 78, and it still feels like it's like 70 in the house. So super shocked to see that my electric bill was so low. So made the adjustments. I'm not going to go ahead and put the full $400 into my electric account. I'm just going to go ahead and pay the $315. I did tell you guys that I was off budget billing for gas, and I'm so super happy because that was screwing up my account, and I only had to pay $45 for gas this month. The gas in my house is only my furnace, which runs my heater, which obviously we are not in the season of running heat right now, and I only run heat a couple of months out of the year. And it also runs my hot water heater, which we do use for showers and obviously for hot water when we wash whites downstairs in the washing machine. So with that being said, and we usually use that on a quick wash, y'all, because when I'm washing whites, I don't want to take a full hour or an hour and a half cycle and put it in deep wash. For whites, we just do a quick cycle, and that's what we do. Verizon, y'all, Verizon's going to drop like crazy. Paying off my phone, paying off Philip's phone, paying off Jesse's iPad, dropping Jesse's cell data plan has now brought us down to $124. Now, do remember, I am going to still be paying half of Danya's cell phone until me and Verizon fully pay that off, and I believe, y'all, that ain't until 2025. But I'm only paying $12.50 a month. Verizon's paying the other $12.50. What you're seeing here is a $12.50 that I owe. Actually, I think it was $123.50, but I went ahead and rounded it to $124 because I like whole numbers. And then it's my phone plan, Philip's, and Danya's cell phone plan, and that is all that is. So $124. Huge drop from the $200 it was, and then the $180 that it was after I paid Philip's phone off. We're down to $124. So making those additional payments really helped. Security is my Xfinity. It's the only thing I run with Xfinity with, and the security is really, honestly, it's top notch. It's amazing. I can't say anything more about their internet, which, oh my gosh, y'all, I forgot to put AT&T internet on here, so I'll have to make that change. But their internet is crap, at least for my household, and their TV more than doubled, so I dropped those plans a while back, and since I've cut the cord, y'all, I have not looked back. And I should have cut them a long time ago. When I used to hear Chris Hogan, who is one of my favorite motivational speakers and things of that nature, said he cut the cord. Y'all, I should have cut the cord back then. I really should have. And I regret not doing it because we go on apps now and I absolutely love it. I am planning on still putting $100 into subscriptions for sure. That's going to carry on for some subscriptions, including Danya is now on Game Box Ultimate Game Pass. It has raised now, even for the other two kids. It's no longer $14.99 a month. Now it's $16.99 a month. So I'll be filtering some money for the other two kiddos when I go ahead and give them their Cash App money for the month for that, for their subscriptions. And I will be doing that with Danya as well. All three of my kids have Cash App cards strictly for me to filter money into their accounts on there so they can pay for their streaming services, or if I pay them for chores or extra things that they do. You'll see that here in a minute with Philip. It just makes it super easy, and I'm not worried about something coming out of my account that was not authorized by me because my kids decided to take it out. So subscriptions is still going to stay at 100 currently right now. If I need to put a little bit more, I will. What you see is T member here. T member, as I am throwing a member on board in my Etsy shop and on my YouTube channel. So there are going to be some YouTube channel updates coming here shortly, and I'm going to give her $100 to complete some projects that I need to push onto her. Reason for being in that is not that I don't want to do these projects on my own, but being that I am blind and I have less than 10% vision, which is like 5%. It's basically static, y'all. It's light and dark static is what it is. So if you see static on a screen of a TV, that's pretty much all I get. You know, when I'm looking, I don't really, I can't focus and things of that nature. For those of you who don't know, I have retinitis pigmentosa, which is a condition that I was born with that didn't come on later to life. So I got super lucky. A lot of times those who are diagnosed lose their sight rapid, and they lose it within a couple of years or so. I didn't start losing my sight until my late 30s. So with that being said, it really started to roll downhill a few years ago, massively, rapidly. So that is what that is. So she's going to be doing some things for me in the YouTube world when it comes to certain things I need her to do to get my channel looking better and updating my channel. I still have my son on board for helping me for certain things on that as well, but I'm going to put some responsibility on her. And honestly, y'all, T member means Tori. Tori is my daughter. So, and she's really big into graphics designs and videography and things of that nature. So with that being said, I'm going to end up giving her some money, and that will help her along as well in her household. You'll see the name Adonis here. Adonis is my grandson, and I am giving him $60 this month. Usually I give him a grandma care package, which is, I usually just shop on Walmart for certain things like snacks and treats and games and, you know, clothing and all kinds of things. And once a month they get a knock at his door because I have Walmart Plus, and I have my daughter's address as well as mine in there. We both share that. I do pay for it in full, but we share it because even without her, I'd still be paying for it in full. So I don't ask her for any money for that. And he normally gets a knock at the door, and he knows that it's grandma's care package because I already send him all kinds of little things once a month. This time around, I think he's wanting going to the science center, so I'm going to pay for that, and I'm also going to give him $10 so that he can eat at McDonald's. Now, he doesn't need a full $10, but let me tell you, those Happy Meals have gone up. They have gone up, so I'm going to give him an extra $10 for Happy Meal as well. And that $60 is going to cover him and my daughter and her boyfriend to take him. I believe it's a science center. There's another center that they're looking at that has all kinds of skeletons and things of that nature, including a full whale skeleton and things, which is kind of creepy to me, but you know what? They like it. It's good. So this time, instead of getting him a care package, he's going on an outing courtesy of grandma here. I am going to go ahead and throw in a $100 to the Walmart subscription and just get that paid in full every single month from here on out. I will pay one subscription per month. So this time it is Walmart. This is the only exception I'm going to make, is I'm also going to do Amazon this month because I do have some Amazon money, so I'm just going to throw some extra in. Next month will most likely be Instacart, and then we'll move forward with that. So with that being said, that was Adonis's situation. And then we had the Walmart subscription. As you see, I believe it's $100, so let's hope it didn't raise up like everything else has. And underneath that, you're going to see Payout Philip, and that is where I'm going to move some money over into his Cash App today for $38. And thank you for those of you who have went over and purchased off of our Etsy shop. I do have a very special packaging coming up as well that I'm going to show and put together an order that was not placed, but it was the winning order from last month's mystery giveaway. I'm adding some extra things in, and I've got reasons for doing this for this winner. And I finally got her address, and she was able to, she had a difficulty giving me her address because there was something going on with email, and then she was able to get into an email that she gave me the address. So I did have Alicia from Hands and Bands go ahead and send me over the mystery pack for July, and so I will be mailing that out, but I've got some extra things I want to throw in there, and I'll explain to you guys why in that video. You guys should see that this weekend. But the payout is $38 for Philip, and the reason for that is we did have some orders coming in from Etsy. We've got a lot more new things coming up here real soon on Etsy that we are putting together. I am going to be doing a savings challenge book. I am working on some other things behind the scenes that are physical items that are absolutely something I'm going to get into, and I'm super excited because I want to do the challenge myself. I'm looking at doing a personalized game board as well. Things of that nature that is going to be really, really cool. I'm not going to speak too much more about it because I don't want to give the ideas away until I have it done and we have it designed. So a lot of things going behind the Etsy shop scene, but out of the $50 that we made on Etsy this week, which isn't a lot, y'all, but you know what? It's better than nothing. We were able to retain $38, so we had $12 in fees that we had to pay to Etsy. All right, moving down, we also have, and I had to have an extra spot. I had to make an extra spot. Is the Amazon the Amazon Prime subscription, and I already have $80. You saw that in one of my previous videos. I had $80, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw the extra $70. I think it's still $140. Lord have mercy, if that's gone up, I'm probably gonna cry. It's almost to the point, y'all, I don't even want to pay for the subscription anymore, but I have over 6,000 photos in Amazon Prime photos that I may end up taking from there and putting on a different cloud. I spoke about this before in the past, and haven't done it because I haven't really found something that I can do it for free. But if I do, then I'm going to turn off my Amazon Prime until I need it, and then I'll use it as for a monthly situation. That way I don't have to incur paying a whole $140, $150 every single year. Y'all, just think that's way too much. I think it's crazy. I thought $100 was a lot too, but you know, it is what it is. We'll find out what's going to happen from here on out. I do want to put it on some kind of cloud storage where I pay less. And that way I can turn off Amazon Prime on and off as needed. Like I can use it for 1 month and then cancel it. And then when I need to build up for another amount of orders, I use it for another month and then I cancel it after that. Because then that's only like $17. And if I do that a couple of months a year, that's a lot less than paying $150. But you know, we'll see. We'll see what I do. So that totals me $1,652. Also remember, I need to throw in another $85 for my internet because I forgot about that. I'm not here to do math this morning, so just know I'll have to throw in an extra $85 into that. Moving down to our cash envelopes, we have groceries. Groceries is getting $150. Uber is going to get $20. I increased that. I increased my buffer for another $20 as well. And also I have Jessica for an extra $70. Now that extra $70 is a weekly basis thing for extra food that she's going to need that is personalized just for Jessica. So with all that being said, you know, we've got a lot of things going on, and we've got a lot more money to play with now. So just remember that once again, I am going to have to put an extra $85 into my budget this week because I gotta have my internet and I love AT&T. So $1,917, and then we're gonna add the $85 to that budget, and then that will give us $2,754 for the rest of the month. Again, subtract $85 from the 2,754, and that's how much less we'll have, which is not very much. Now over here, when we talk about our sinking funds, y'all, I have to restart over now. I do have some money still left in a bunch of my sinking funds, but I don't know exactly the structure that I'm going to be using to start cash supplying all of my sinking funds. I'm going to look at them, and I'm going to break it down and figure out how much I'm going to try to stuff every single week, because moving forward for weeks number 2, 3, and 4, all I'll have is my cash envelopes of stuff, which was only, what was that, 200, and I believe it was 264, was it 264? Ooh, I think it's 265 down here on this side. So 265. And then the rest of the money will be left for sinking funds, which y'all know I shop my binders. I've got to start to rebuild on those binders. So I will be bringing forth some extra challenges. I will be getting into my 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 20 sided dice challenges. I sell all of those except for the 10 sided dice challenge, which I'm going to actually add to my Etsy shop today. The reason I haven't added that is because it's one of those Dungeons and Dragons dice, and my son and I do play Dungeons and Dragons, but it's a 10-sided dice, but on the 10th number, instead of being a 10, it's a 0. And that's thrown me off for wanting to put that on Etsy, because I didn't want people going, well, that's not a 10, that's a 0. But we're going to play it as it's either going to be a 10 or you can choose to skip that day. I don't know, something like that. So I don't know if you guys have seen actual 10-sided dice that has a number 10 on it. Please let me know, because I might change those out for that instead. We shall see. So I don't know exactly what we're going to be doing for sinking funds. I still need to do a breakdown of that. So that is where we stand for that right now. There's a couple extra things that I do plan to do and put into place. One of these is this. This is a no spin scratch off. I do plan to put some in my Etsy shop. Not this particular one. This one does not belong to me. This belongs to another Etsy shop. And so I'm going to design my own way of doing a no spin on my Etsy shop for a scratcher here shortly in the future. So a lot of people I've heard are doing the no spin August, and I think it's a great idea. I just got done paying off a lot of debt, and the last thing I want to do is start getting really excited and wanting to go ahead and spend money that I should not be spending, because just because I paid off my debt doesn't mean that I need to go back and spend money on that. You don't need to say, oh, I've got extra money, therefore let's go ahead and start spending more money. That is not the plan. That is not what I'm going to do. As hyper-focused as I was about paying off my debt, I'm going to be also hyper-focused about paying into more sinking funds. Another thing that I have here is one thing that is in my shop is Amazon Prime Day. This one is a really good one, and because I do like to shop on Amazon Prime Day, I do offer this in my shop. Now I also offer it as a customizable, because some people may want more money, some people may want less money, so I do customize the amount based on your particular needs, and it is a personalization sheet as well, and I've showed that one before. And then this one I'm doing as my buffer, as I showed you guys before on this one as well. Put this up and do that. Okay. This one I do also customize. It is a full sheet scratcher where you can put any title that you want, any amount that you want. This one right here specifically for me, I did use it as the photo for my Etsy shop photos. But with that being said, I'm going to use this as a buffer, and I did design this one as $150. So I'll scratch off one spot, and maybe even more depending on how much it cost me per spot, because y'all, I don't remember the numbers and stuff like that, but that will be going into my buffer, so I know I at least need to scratch off 20. If I decide to scratch off more, then I'll consider it a sinking fund as well, but I'm going to add that on into my buffer. But this is also sold in our Etsy shop as well as a custom design full sheet, 8.5 by 11. It is on cardstock, and you can choose either gold or silver scratchers, and then you tell me what your title is, you tell me what you want for the amount. I'll break it down into the 30 different spots, and then you'll be able to scratch off whatever you need for whatever category you want to put it into. So that is what I have for you guys today. Yes, I apologize, I had to redo my budget, but then again, I'm super happy about doing that, because bottom line is I paid off so much debt that it is not cramping us anymore. We are able to pay more on things that we need to. I'm going to get my sinking funds back in order and get them back up. I do need to put over close to $2,000 back into my second round of my house fund deposit. And with that being said, I'm starting over on round number 2. Round number 1 is done and in the bag, but round number 2, and I need to go through 4 rounds in order to make this happen, in order to get $20,000, and that's what I'm pretty much looking for, is right about $20,000 for a to pass a PMI, which is a private mortgage insurance, because that's not extra money that I plan to pay into a house as well. And I've been watching a lot of financial videos on how, once I get the house, how to pay it down super duper fast, because last thing I want is a 30 fixed year mortgage when I'm actually 46. I'll be 47 at the end of the year, and I don't really want a 15-year fixed mortgage. So even if I got 15, it's chunking a whole bunch more extra towards the principal and hyper focus on that. Maybe I could pay off a house like in 5 years if I'm crazy about it. But with that being said, this is what we have for you today. Also want to let you know that I'm going to be opening up some memberships as well on my channel. I haven't gotten the full details yet, but I can let you guys know I'm going to open at least 3, maybe possibly 4 levels. Different levels will allow you to have different things. The first level, obviously, that's just to support our channel. The second level is going to be accommodating with a few extra things. And as you climb up the levels, which I'm not going to make them expensive. Some of them are crazy expensive, but I learned that you can go in there and edit the amounts and things like that. So I'll be doing that. But as you climb higher up on the levels, not only will you get the perks of the 3 lower levels, because I plan on putting 4 levels up, but you'll be able to get some physical items sent to you too, and be put into drawings specifically designed for members only, to get into a specific giveaway every single month on top of it. Some things that I'm doing for that will be physical items as well. And then at the end of a certain time period, I'm going to do a bigger giveaway as well in the membership department. So more things to come on that as my son and I design that. We're just working a lot with the Etsy shop items that we're going to be designing and getting on board, that we're super duper excited about. And again, thank you for everyone who has gone in there and supported our Etsy shop. That is linked down below in our description box below. I did go over and try to just type in my Etsy shop name, and it doesn't pull it up, and I'm not sure why. So if you just use the link down below my Etsy shop name, it actually takes you straight over to my Etsy shop. I'm going to have my daughter try to help me figure out why you can't just type my name in, but it is what it is. She's going to help me do some work on the Etsy shop as well. But with all that being said, lots going on here. Our power is back on. We don't have any more problems right now. Crossing our fingers. These storms stop happening, although I do love thunderstorms. I do not like when it knocks our power out, because Lord have mercy, all of us in this house don't do well in 90-degree weather inside the house. It's just, it's nasty. I did not sleep well, so I did go to bed very, very early last night. I'm up very early this morning, but it is what it is. We're back on track. We're back on schedule. We are spring cleaning the house yet again. I do this every 3 or 4 months because I'm severely OCD about cleaning. School projects are almost done with showing you exactly what our curriculum looks like. I've got a couple more days to finish that off, and then I'll show you our new school curriculum for this upcoming year. It's going to be super duper cool, and lots more things to come at this channel. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, please let me know in the comment section down below. Again, our shop name is linked down in the description box below, and you can always find us there. And if there's something that you want us to make that you don't see in our shop, just let us know, and we'll see if we can accommodate you. All right, y'all, have a great day. We'll catch you in the next video. Until then, Without Limits is out.